You may not know this, but we live in a world where there is no water. Now you may say, but our world is covered in water. Yeah, that's true, but not the water that brings eternal life. You see, we are souls with the body, and our souls thirst and hunger for our spiritual Father. Psalm 63:1 says this, "O God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water." You see, we often mistake our hungers and thirsts, our desires, as physical when they are spiritual. You know, the desire for approval, companionship, love, and purpose are actually all spiritual desires. When we try and satisfy those desires with things like wrong relationships, temporary accomplishments, physical intimacy outside of marriage, or a party lifestyle, we become spiritually dehydrated. There are actually countless stories of people who have been capsized in the ocean and found themselves so thirsty that they began to drink the ocean water they were floating in. They knew drinking ocean water would eventually kill them, but their thirst was just too much to ignore. In drinking the salt water, their immediate thirst would be quenched, but because of the high salt content, they would become more and more dehydrated, and because of their thirst, continued to drink until that dehydration killed them. This example is very similar to what happens when we try and quench our spiritual lives with what is essentially salt water. The things of this world can never satisfy our souls. All they will do is create greater hunger and thirst for those same things, even though they are slowly killing us. This is precisely how addiction works, and it's deadly. There's a gospel story where Jesus is talking to a woman at a well who was drinking the salt water of wrong relationships, and here's what he said to her. He said, "Everyone who drinks this water," and he was talking about the natural waters of this world, "will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." We all drink the salt water of this world, trying to quench our spiritual thirst in some way. Today, I encourage you, ask Jesus to help you recognize your salt water intake and to substitute it with the living water that He provides.